We're here in Agua Dulce at Animal Tracks facility, and we're going to interview Stacy Gunderson today about the challenges she's facing with her facility here in Agua Dulce now. And we'll be in to see her in just a moment.
The house with the bell.
Okay. This is the lovely Stacy Gunderson.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is Monty Montana's old place. And it's Montana Lane right there.
Okay.
And this was his first home. You can see the bell. That's how they called everybody in from the rodeos.
Cool.
And that was his second home.
Okay.
And so we bought this house, my husband and I, in 2001. It was our first house that we bought together. We were much younger then. And we were told when we bought this house that we could have an animal menagerie, a helicopter pad. We were given in our paperwork all the things that we could have on this property.
Okay.
And what they should have said is you can have that because of your zoning, but you don't have that. So you can apply for these things. We assumed because this was Monty Montana's and he did parades here, we just thought we had found the perfect property.
Right.
And we could do all these things here. And so...
For a lot of years.
For many years.
Okay.
So in the beginning, my husband and I worked for a movie animal company where the animals were kept in Acton.
Okay.
We would go pick them up, do movies, take them back to Acton and come here. In 2008, a very good friend of ours had Animal Tracks, and she was going to have to give it up from lack of funds. And she decided to give it to us because we had all the qualifications, and we thought we had the perfect property.
Right.
And so in 2008, we took it over. And I just have to tell you that when you get together, you don't go, hey, Tracy, tell me about the permits you have. That's just not. We have our
Right.
501c3, our state license with California. We have our Fish and Game, our USDA. And when someone told me that you needed a conditional use permit and what it entailed, I was shocked.
Yeah.
So what happened was there's the Big Cat Safety Act, and there was an act right before that, an ordinance. We were going down to LA. All the animal people were.
Okay.
And notes were taken, and the opposition started to check permits. And so I do not have the conditional use permit, as lots of people do not. So,
And they're pretty pricey.
so what happens is there's a $10,000 application fee. Then there's a whole bunch of other organizations that have to come out. We have lots of people that have been in the hundreds of thousands. It can take several years. You're not supposed to bring in revenue, and your neighbors can deny you. So you can jump through all the hoops and be denied.
After you pay the money.
Yeah, so what happened to us is we were resort and recreation when we bought this place, which we could have all of this stuff. And then in 2012, the county came through and decided that single family homes didn't require that, and so they changed it. And half of Agua Dulce, stop sign that way, got A2, which is what we need, and then this side was just given A1. And what's so funny is I'm looking for properties right now, and if you go to Acton,
Right.
there's a ton of properties much smaller than this that are single home, that are A2. But yet my big giant piece of property has been changed to A1. And to go through a zone change is illegal unless I have several other neighbors that want to join the fight. And it can be denied. It's a very slim chance. It would be called a spot zone change.
Okay.
And they said the only way you could go to attempt it was if you thought you had a reason in your community, and we thought we did. You need 3 acres. I'm 3 acres.
Okay.
But I still require multiple people to join me. It's actually illegal for the county to change a single address amongst a bunch of A1s.
Oh, okay.
So that's why we have to move from this spot.
And there's nothing as far as a variance? No.
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 So you
Okay.
can get an animal permit, but the
Okay.
animal permit makes them my pets, and I'm not allowed to use them for my mission.
Okay. So I noticed some really cool thing the other day on social media. You're having a cool fundraiser. And so what's that for now? To just...
Well, all we can do here now is raise donations.
Okay.
We cannot bring in any revenue with the animals. We can't do tours. Our hands have been tied behind our backs.
Okay.
So we are trying to do online. We have a bunch of musical artists that have donated a bunch of guitars and drum heads.
Oh, cool.
And so we're going to be doing that sort of thing online. But otherwise, we have no way to bring in revenue once COVID is over.
Right, because of all of this.
We're dead in the water.
Because you used to, I remember, you would go to schools and you'd do like in-house field trips.
Our whole thing is
You'd have
education.
birthday parties and you'd bring the animals. It was so cool. And that's not
We work
allowed?
with the colleges. We work with Moore Park College. No,
Right.
so the animals can't be involved in anything.
So basically you're just feeding and taking care of them, which is expensive.
And all my girls are on unemployment, and because I won't be able to start back up when COVID is over, they're all going to leave, and then what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I can't pay them.
No.
Come on, let's come on
Yeah,
in.
okay.
So just this doesn't even have to be filmed, but my place is perfectly set up for this. This is my wolf yard. And we were about to put in some dirt, put in a retaining wall and some chain link, and kind of like a shark diving cage, wheelchairs. You would be able to come into the wolf yard, be safe, and the wolves would be able to run all around like a wolf pack.
Yeah.
So this is our wolf exercise yard. And then the compound's up here. It's so disheartening. So what happened was we were, permits were being checked. They're being checked on lots of people. There's lots of animal companies that are fighting the same fight right now. And it seems like California is just not interested in having this sort of thing here anymore.
Right.
But I will tell you that you're going to lose all contact. We're not buying these animals. These are pet trade animals. These are confiscations. We have Fish and Game bringing us these animals. It's not like we are the Tiger King. And that's a fun thing to fight right now, too, boy.
Unfortunately, Tiger King's all over the media, too,
Yes,
right? The
it
timing,
is.
and it's a totally different thing.
Tiger King is the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
Nope, we do not breed animals here to put into cages. We are the opposite of Tiger
And that's what I was just about to say. I've known you a long time, and I've known a lot about this great facility. I know you're not a breeding facility.
No.
And what gets me is that we had a breeding facility in front of our property in Acton on Aliso Canyon, which, it's kind of rural up there,
Right.
up in the forest. And we didn't know when we signed the papers to our house until the very last day they kind of said, oh, by the way, there's an animal facility across the street. And I didn't think back then to ask what it was. It was a puppy breeding facility with hundreds of puppies. And she was here in Agua Dulce somewhere, and her neighbors fought to kick her out. So she found this property in Acton, and it started off as maybe 50 or 60 dogs. It turned out to be over 100.
Wow.
And when those dogs are hungry, it echoes in that canyon. And I'll tell you, that's what gets me mad is they're coming down on you for something like this, and somebody like her, I couldn't get her out of there.
Well,
I could not get her
They
out of there.
don't take the time to research it.
Yeah.
We're all just lumped together.
Yeah.
So I am her. in
That's
their
terrible,
eyes.
but you're not breeding. Her breeding was, and it was loud and noisy, and I would call her. I called the county. Her property is right along the Santa Clara riverbed, so I just imagined where all the animal feces was going.
Yeah.
And not until I made a problem about that did they come out. But even then, after they find her, I mean, I couldn't get anyone to listen to me.
Which is so funny because when they come out here, it's terrifying. If you're legit, because I want to do legit.
Right.
If I have to be legit, she has to be legit.
Right.
I'm in a predicament where it is so hard to be legit that we have to move.
Yeah, and it's costly.
Oh my goodness,
And
we're talking $200,000.
from what I've been told too, just from lots of experiences, you go to do a file for a CUP and it could be $25,000 minimum, and then sometimes it takes them 10 minutes to do the work, and sometimes it could take them 3 weeks. But they charge a lot,
that it's at least a year, possibly 2, with all the backup.
and that's a lot
And
of
there's no revenue during that time.
no, and there's no guarantee that things will turn out your
So
way
if you
either.
have a neighbor that doesn't like you, then you have to go to court with the neighbor.
Yeah, and
there's really no good options.
no, there
right now.
isn't.
So we're looking at leasing from another animal facility,
Okay.
and what happens then is when we build on this facility and leave, we're building his property, not ours. So we're looking at moving twice. We have to move somewhere to stay alive, and then we have to move to a forever place.
Oh gosh,
That's daunting.
you have a lot of work on top of.
So
Everything else.
This is Monty Montana's kind of barn for all of his horses.
Cool place. That name sounds so familiar to me. I'm gonna have to look
Yeah, well,
him
was
up.
the guy, him and William S. Hart were buddies,
Okay.
and they put horses in black and white movies and television.
Okay, that's where I heard it when I took
Yeah.
the Heart tour. Okay.
Like if you see in front of the hardware store all the stars, he's got I think he's got the first star, Monty Montana.
Okay.
So, come on
Okay.
in.
That is really cool to know.
So all of these people you see here are volunteers. I'm allowed to have volunteers, but no tours.
Okay.
And I have to be honest, I don't know what I would do without these ladies. I
Yeah.
will tell you what I'm facing is just raw land on somebody's property. And I just want to show you what it takes to take care of these animals. Come on in.
All right.
So I currently have 3
Hello.
refrigerators and 2 freezers.
Hi.
You guys, this is Tracy.
Hi, everyone.
We have to keep food cold. We have to keep food frozen. We have to keep it rodent free. We have to have a washer and dryer. And when we move, where are we supposed to do this if somebody's offering us an acre of land? Do you know how expensive and how much permitting goes into building something like this?
That's a lot.
Yeah, this is huge.
How many animals do you have right now, roughly?
That's 65.
My goodness.
So,
Okay.
anyways, this is just what we do every single day. It takes about 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
Not to mention the amount of dishes this young lady has already done today.
Oh, man.
And then, of course, we do enrichment for all the animals. So we've got all kinds of toys and packages in those boxes, and we fill them with goodies, and then we take them out to all the animals.
Oh, how fun.
So, come on in.
All right.
Oh,
We're going
before
in.
we go, I want to show you one more thing. Come with
Okay.
me. So this is what I took to the Acton board meeting, and to the Agua Dulce board meeting.
Agua Dulce,
I
okay.
showed Stephanie English.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Last year, these are the people that came to our little community and stayed in our Airbnbs and our hotels and our gas stations and our fast food and our restaurants because they wanted to come see the animals.
Wow.
And this made no difference to anybody.
People come from all over.
Here we are, our store is gone, we're kind of disappearing. And I know that we're not a big touristy place, but when I have people coming from Australia and Denmark and all over the place to our little tiny town, I think that's important.
That is important. What you do is important.
Well, thank you.
I think what you do is
I believe
great.
in what we do 110%. So it
And-
doesn't matter if we have to move 10 times. We'll
No,
do it.
no. And I've known you a long time.
This is a 1-year-old baby macaque that somebody got caught with as a pet.
Oh.
And she's our nature's bank robber. And she'd rob you blind if you went in there. She'd take your earrings, your camera, your glasses. And then we have her with a baby macaque. And both of these monkeys were confiscated from people who
Oh, my
had them. Now,
goodness.
let's talk about that little macaque. At a year old, she's already stronger than the capuchin.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're being raised as sisters.
This is the
and-
only reason I really came. No, I'm just kidding. I'm
Good.
just kidding.
I would never get you here. I don't care.
No, I'm just kidding.
What people don't know is that little macaque is what they're actually testing COVID on right now. This kind of monkey.
Aw.
This kind of monkey can carry something called herpes B, which can kill a human being in 1 week. They can carry tuberculosis and encephalitis. And so what people don't know is the very first thing that offends a monkey is a smile. So when you show your teeth to a monkey, monkeys don't have guns or knives, they only have teeth. So you smile at the monkey flies out of the trees to teach you a lesson, bites you, you go home with tuberculosis or herpes B. Herpes B in a human being is horrible brain death, and 30% of wild primates carry that. So our job here is to take this animal that is stuck in this cage and tell you that when you go to South America and you go to the tourist traps, here's what you do to a monkey. And here's why. They have super butts. So they are not supposed to wear Build-A-Bear clothing. They're not supposed to make you laugh and do tricks. They're not supposed to be in the circus. What they are supposed to do is eat the fruit and poop. And their job is to grow the world's rainforests. And what we love to educate kids with, I mean, if you can imagine as a parent, where does this monkey come from? You'll never forget this. Your head is the North Pole, your feet are the South Pole, your belt is the equator. The monkey is found in the belt of your body, as is 50% of the world's mammals and 70% of the world's insects. So this belt is really important, and we're destroying it at astronomical rates. So we
Yeah.
tell you why.
Right.
Support ecotourism. That money will help buy places for these animals to live. Don't eat palm oil. There's apps on your phone. There's all kinds of things you can do while sitting on your couch that would help these monkeys. Trust me, if I could take you to Costa Rica, Tracy, we would be on a plane right now and we would be playing monkeys in the jungle.
Yeah.
But since these animals are stuck here, the best we can do is give them a great life. Now, I will tell you, there's a lot they're playing right now. I know you can't really see it with your camera.
Oh, they're so sweet.
What
They're not-
happens is these monkeys, if you were to put them in the wild, would literally eat poisonous things. They'd be eaten by ocelots. They have no observational learning from their parents. So it's a death sentence to release them into the wild. So our job is to give them the greatest life. Now, if we were to leave them in this 100-square-foot cage, what a terrible life to spend
Right.
40 years.
Right.
We can take these monkeys out, and it's not about bossing them around or dressing them up or making them do tricks. It's about actually being a part of their family. And so because they have a choice in their decision making, I can walk in that cage. In fact, I'm going to walk into that cage to show you how the monkeys react, okay?
Okay.
So if you want to stand in the
Sure,
shade so you
sure.
don't cook.
Sure. I love monkeys.
I do too. I got into this business to be Jane Goodall's friend. In fact, I still want to be Jane Goodall's friend. I want to be Bindi Irwin's friend. I want to to be Robert Irwin, Terry Irwin. I want to be all their friends. So, can I come in?
Oh my goodness. She's going in.
So, I want you to notice that both these monkeys came to greet me because I'm actually grandma.
Yeah.
So I am their mother's mother. So they're being raised. Oh, she stole my glasses. Told you she was a bank robber.
Yeah.
Buy stock in glasses if you have monkeys. So she's being raised by an older generation, and they have families just like we do. So I'm actually her grandmother. And monkey mothers don't do a lot of discipline. So if she gets into trouble or steals my glasses, we do a whole lot of, oh, let's go play with something else. Let's go look over here. Oh, let's play on this toy.
Distractor?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they're just not big discipliners. These monkeys have to learn how far they can jump. They have to build their muscles. They have to learn what foods to eat. So it's all about, you're amazing. We never knock the monkey down. We build the monkey up.
Okay.
That is the secret.
Okay.
So when people come here, we don't allow people to boss them around or knock them down either. People are told you're not allowed to talk to or touch, and the monkeys touch you. And that is the secret.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to step out.
It would be too confusing. It'd be too confusing for them if all these people talked to them.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
be like a stranger.
Right.
I tell people if what you're doing to the monkey is okay for a stranger to do to you, then it's probably okay. But if you would be offended by a stranger doing that, then you shouldn't do it either.
That's good.
And if you want to tell the monkeys you love them, Tracy, you go.
Oh.
That's love.
Oh, they're so
So
sweet.
you're hiding your weapons and you're telling the monkey that you love them.
Right.
And they'll stop attacking you and they'll go to the corner. Look, I should be the bald lady of Animal Tracks. She's trying to tear my credit cards and my money in half right now, too. Woo! All right, you go.
Oh, they're so sweet. It's so clean and beautiful here. I just want to say for people, it's so clean and beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which is a task in itself on a daily basis.
It takes an army.
Yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do is bring out the queen of Animal Tracks. So if you want to stand right over here.
Okay.
So this is probably the animal that concerns people the most. And I agree with you. If you have a brain in your head, this animal should concern you. But what should put you at ease is the way this animal is treated.
Aww.
Where's her
Aww.
leash? Huh. Where's her leash? That's weird. Huh. Hey, Megan! Has anybody seen Chrissy's purple leash? Find that, and then we will come back and do that later.
And what type of animal is Chrissy?
Chrissy is a baboon, and she is a cross between a hamadryas and an olive. She came from the movie industry. She was part of a trio, and she got to work on a movie called Evan Almighty. And she was a baby back then, and she was never mistreated. You could not take a baboon that was mistreated and have that kind of a loving relationship.
Yeah.
It would just be a ruined animal, like a ruined human being.
Yeah.
So I just want people to know that you can do this with love.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody is beating this animal, drugging this animal. We come out here every day and we cook our brains out and we freeze our butts off, and it's every day we're out here with these animals.
Yeah.
So-
You can tell they have a lot of affection towards all of you because of the way they're treated.
This
Yeah.
is a
They-
room that we use to keep everybody cool, but this is my favorite. So this is our celebrity room.
Oh.
Or let's just say somebody sensitive. These are all of our animals that we had painted on the wall.
Cool.
And we can come in here and turn on the air. Right now we're keeping ferrets and marmosets cool. In the wintertime we can put everything in here and keep it nice and toasty warm.
Oh, that's nice.
This is another important thing that if we get given an acre of land, is
Yeah.
not going to exist.
No,
You can't put a jungle animal into the snow.
no. They all seem
right.
so happy and affectionate that you can tell.
You know, it's funny,
You
is
know.
here at Animal Track, so she doesn't like how the baby is playing with her baby. So
Okay.
the cat is her baby. She had to do 6 months of parenting class to learn how to take care of her. Because when she wanted to love her like a great white shark.
Right.
And she would hold her upside down and she would look to knock her, but she just didn't know how to take care of her.
Right.
So the macaque is hers. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but the macaque had pseudo testicles. Did you see that?
No, I didn't notice.
So come on over here. Let's stand right over here so you can see closer. So there's all kind of dimorphism. Bindi. We named her after Bindi Irwin.
Oh.
Come on up here, love. So you'll notice she has a pseudoscrotum.
Oh.
There is no penis. In this particular kind of monkey, the more masculine she appears, the more high-ranking she is.
Years ago.
Yes. What is that? But I have to tell you, the gentleman I worked for was very compassionate and very loving, and that's why I do what I do. I love this cage. Tracy, because you are a very kind woman. This wolf, you'll notice she's sniffing the air right now.
I have hybrid wolves.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, so then you know what I'm talking about.
I have Arctic wolf, Swedish Shepherd mixes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very cool. Do you know the percentages?
No, I don't.
Do they bark?
No, they howl.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
they're higher than 50% probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I love about this cage, for the average person who doesn't have wolf hybrids,
Yes.
if you saw two fat little toddling puppies and you picked the white one, you'd be okay. She's about 20% wolf, and she gets along great with people. But if you pick her mama, who if you were a man, she would hit the back of that cage right now. So she can tell you're a girl and you're very non-threatening, and she's being very, very sweet. But she's about 50% wolf. And if you put any pressure on this one, she's going to attack. To run funny, and everything gets out of whack, and the fish die away, and the birds die because there's no fish to eat. And then you put the apex predator back, and this animal chases the hoofstock back into the trees, and the erosion stops, and the river goes back, and the fish come back, and the beavers come back, and the birds come back, and the bugs come back. I mean, it's necessary. Mm-hmm. It's necessary for our reefs, it's necessary for our world. And so that's where we want a wolf. We don't want a wolf in our backyard for the most part, because most people don't know how to take care of a wolf.
Right.
You meet a lot of specialized people out here because of where we live.
Right.
Which is why it's crazy to get rid of us here.
Yeah.
This kind of knowledge is necessary.
The environment and everything is just, it's so important.
Totally important.
You can't have this in the city.
We cannot lose all of our sharks. We cannot lose all of our bears and all of our mountain lions. And a mountain lion thing is a real problem out here. We have mountain lions.
Right.
Mountain lions, it's scary to leave your children. But if we don't have mountain lions, once again, we're going to start to witness things getting wacky.
Right.
So with our bigger brains, we just have to figure out another solution.
Right.
Come this way. So we recently built this. This is our marm farm. So let's meet the little people of Brazil. So you can go to Vegas. In 38 states, you can have a tiger, you can have a lion,
Right.
you can have a marmoset. Now, these animals urinate about every 3 minutes, and so you can't really smell it here. Can you smell it?
Not at
Because
all.
of the breeze.
Not at
Your
all.
house would start to smell like a marmoset's butt.
Oh, dear.
It's pretty pungent.
Oh dear.
And so people go to Vegas and you get drunk and you buy one, you bring, well, I don't get drunk. Some people get drunk. They bring home a marmoset and realize what a bad idea it is. Let me show you. But in your house lasts about 1 year. They eat gum, sap, and worms, and people feed them vegetables, and it's just the wrong diet.
Oh gosh.
We have one more marmoset. So what happens is we do a lot of social media. I don't know if you've seen our social media.
Yes.
And so people know that we have them, and so they can bring them to us. We have to get their name and their address, and we have to be able to prove that we didn't buy these animals. Mm-hmm. And that is our mission. So if you have an animal that shouldn't be in your house, you can donate them to us.
Okay.
Now that's within reason, because
Of course.
we can only have so many animals per cage size.
Of course.
And our cages are much bigger than actually what's required. But this still is not good enough. In here we have our 2 skunks. I'm going to go in. You want to stay in the shade?
Okay.
So let's talk about native animals. Another no matter where you are in the world, native animals are important. We are not allowed to have a native animal here at Animal Tracks unless there is a medical reason. So that keeps people from just going out into the dead of night and picking up possums or raccoons or skunks.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And I'm going to show you one of the animals that should concern people. If you see this animal out during the daytime, it's probably not a good sign. This is one of the biggest vectors for rabies. Where's my boys? These are their ghetto air conditioning units.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Stinky Kubrick, and we have his brother, Little Bear. Where's Little Bear?
Oh, hiding.
Where is he? There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Now, what I want you to see is Stinky is a wild skunk that somebody got, and this one is a pet trade. So you can buy skunks in some states, and I want you to see if they'll come out. I want you to see the difference in their look. I don't want to squish your tail, baby.
Yeah.
There you go. There.
Oh, they are different.
Okay, so pet trade. Wild. His tail almost looks like a porcupine when he gets his tail all up. Now he's stomping his feet. Skunks are very misunderstood. These two don't have their stinkers. But what happens is they only see 3 feet. So you see him stomping his feet? His vision is poor. He needs glasses. You need an optometrist when you're a skunk. And so because he can't see well, you come out of your house, you slam the door, you scare him. We call it a scare fart. It's actually a scare stink. Now he has to be very, very careful because he only has 5 sprays in his perfume shooter. After that, he's empty. And if he continues to spray willy-nilly, then he can actually run out of spray, and it takes 10 days for him to make new. So he could meet a mountain lion and have no...
You'd be in trouble.
He would have no spray left. So what we want people to know is that you don't have to be mean to them, you don't have to trap them, you don't have to kill them. These guys are nature's trash cans, so they're eating the dead fruit. The other thing that happens is people, the reason we have the pet trade, a lady in Simi Valley saw Mama with a bunch of babies, wanted to help Mama put out cat food. And the reason we don't want you to feed wild animals is because Mama stopped teaching him where to find any natural food. Right. They went straight to cat food. Mama was going through a neighborhood, she was trapped and killed, they got a bunch of babies, and if they don't find a sanctuary to go to, they will be euthanized as well.
Right.
So when you go to the Grand Canyon, and we were just there, and it's signs everywhere, don't touch the squirrels, bubonic plague, we saw people trying to get the squirrels on their legs for pictures. Now, that sounds like a good idea until one gets bit, and then they have to, by law, they have to come clean out all, they don't know who did it, and so all of the squirrels in the area are going to be euthanized because some human being did what they weren't supposed to do.
Right.
So once again, important to know that you're putting the animals that live there in jeopardy.
Oh my goodness.
I love this animal. This animal can't get rabies because of her body type. But what I want to show
I love Stacy.
is every year we get hundreds of calls from people saying that Mama Possum dropped off her baby and we need to come get it. This baby is ready to go to college. So if this is actually twice the size of a baby ready to go to college. From the tip of the nose to the base of the tail, 4 inches. That is a possum ready to go to college. Mama didn't forget him. Mama said, get off. She has 13 milk sources, and pretty soon when the babies are this big, they're bigger than Mama. 13 babies crawling all over, you'd go crazy.
Yeah, it's too much.
So what we want people to know is you just want to leave them alone and let them go on their merry way because they're ready.
Okay.
Here, honey.
They think they're babies, but they're not.
Correct.
Aww.
Let me turn this so that she has full shade.
It's got to be difficult because you can't possibly take in every animal.
Correct. So a lot of what we do with the average person is just education. Birds of prey. So if you can imagine you're a baby bird, you're afraid to fly. And so you fall out of the nest. Mama and Daddy for 3 days. It normally takes 3 days for a bird of prey once it's on the ground to get the guts to fly. People talk, can you come get this owl? No. Can you come get the... Nope. Just leave it alone, it'll be fine.
Right.
Come on over here, you can't go in, it's the second door, but what I want you to see, we're one of the few places that's permitted for ferrets. Oh, cool. Everybody goes to Vegas and buys ferrets, just so you know. A group of ferrets is conducting business.
Okay.
So you're in a business of ferrets right now.
Okay.
So when the shelters most people take their ferrets as they're dying to the animal shelter. They call us, we come get them, we help them get over the Rainbow Bridge, or we give them a forever home. And so these guys have been domesticated for 2,500 years. The Egyptians used them to find food. They catch bunny rabbits.
Wow.
So you can't put them into the environment because they would eat the rats, the mice, the snakes, the lizards, the bunnies. They catch things about twice their size. They go right for the jugular vein, and they hang on. They can feel the pulse with their teeth like a big cat. So not an animal we want to be invasive.
Right.
So, of course, you can have them, but if you get caught with them, you can have huge fines, and you can even face jail time if you're a big enough jerk.
Yeah. Leave ferrets alone.
We can save you a lot of trouble. You can come here to see our animals and then not
Hi,
get fined
sweetie.
and not have your house smell like Marmoset poop. So just a cage like this, just for the bare minimum from the brick up, was about $7,000. So they manufacture these cages and then they come out and put them together for us. So even this little cage that looks like, oh, maybe $1,000, $2,000,
Yeah.
you're talking $7,000 to build a decent sized cage.
What are these animals again?
These are called common marmosets.
Marmosets, that's right. Gosh, they're so cute. I don't know which is the cutest, to be honest.
I agree. I love the scorpion as much as I love the wolf. Watch your step here.
Okay.
So over here here we have the big bad wolf. He's not really the big bad wolf. He's only a 2-year-old and he's my boyfriend.
That looks a lot like one of my dogs.
Isn't he?
Except it's bigger because mine's a hybrid, but the face...
Well, he is too. He's a hybrid.
You look like one of my doggies.
So he was on a wolf rescue page. He's 70% Arctic Wolf, 30% German Shepherd. And somebody, a coyote, a dog, and a wolf. And we were trying to get the girls to all be a group. And so the girls were in this cage and she was here. The reason this is up is one day Mama Wolf over there was sleeping along the fence and she grabbed her tail and degloved it. And so she has a half a tail now. And she wants to get her.
Of course.
So she will never let her into the pack. Look at her right now eyeballing her.
Yeah.
So they run as a pack, and then this crazy one here runs with my German Shepherd.
Okay.
You do not want to mix coyote with dog.
Okay, that's very good to know.
Completely different animal.
Good to know, sweetie. Oh, but she's really sweet.
She is really super sweet, but she's definitely, and she looks so doggy that people, oh, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So, these are our emus, Hemu and Shimu. This is Shimu. And the cuckoo bird and dodo bird. The only way to tell their sex is by the noise they make. So dimorphically, you can't look at one and say, you're a boy, you're a girl.
Yeah.
But that noise is a dead giveaway. Daddy growls, Mama drums. So how nice of them to show you that. As we walked up.
Thank you.
They're about as smart as a garden rock. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean nice way that there's all animals, but you won't meet a dumber animal than this one right here. This is a virtual Velociraptor. In fact, in the Jurassic Park movies, they used emu feet as the prints for the Velociraptor. I've seen them meet a shadow for 30 seconds. Their head is mostly eyeball, nose, beak, and ear, so they get to meet us for the first time every single day. Every day is a new fun day with new friends.
Oh my goodness.
Mama lays the eggs, Daddy raises the babies. Yay!
Well, isn't that nice?
So Mama on the tire. Can you see in the tire there?
I see something that looks like a foot.
It is a foot. Can you still see?
I see a foot. I see part of a body.
Frankie, honey, I'm home.
Oh.
Hi, Frankfurter. You want to come out and have some worms?
Oh my goodness.
How about that? Wasn't that funny? That's how he likes to sleep.
That's his comfortable position.
That is his comfortable position. Come on, love. I got some goodies for you. Come on. Come on out.
Oh, Frank.
Hi, Frankie.
Frank's a love bug.
Frankie's really strong. He has to come out by choice.
And Frankie is a what now?
He is a 6-banded armadillo.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you, Ari. Appreciate it. What I got, Frankie? Come on out.
Oh my goodness, armadillo.
Okay,
They're
so
not
this
just
is
in
Frank.
Texas.
Hi, Frank.
Oh my goodness.
Which Frank is not. Wow. He's a 6-banded. You only count this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6-banded is a mid-sized species, and he's important for the next animal we're going to meet, which is the Patagonian Mara.
Okay.
So you would find him in Bolivia. Most armadillos you would find in South America.
Okay.
Patagonia, Bolivia, places like that. In fact, he's got some superpowers. He can hold his breath for 6 minutes. So if you're an armadillo, you got to get across a body of water. You can just walk along the bottom. If you don't make it in 6 minutes, you can swim to the surface, inflate your lungs, and float like a boat.
Wow.
He's a climber, so you'll notice we have the plexiglass up. And that's because they'll climb to the top, fall, and break their tail. And he also has a heater in his house because 3 days of cold will kill an armadillo.
Oh.
Now,
Frank is spoiled. No, I'm
because
just
there's
kidding.
no children here today, I'm going to tell you his true superpower. You might not want to film this.
Okay.
Family. It's anteaters, sloths, and armadillos because of the claws. And so they all have this amazing ability to, he can put his nose underground and take a deep breath, and he can dig through granite like it's nothing.
Okay.
He also gets to come out and go on runs every day, so he can do a chin-up and be out of here in a second. But right now he's looking for goodies. We leave goodies in here for him. And we're all his women. He's not nice to high-maintenance girls. He's not nice to high-maintenance girls.
Oh, good.
So we're all low-maintenance girls. We all take care of our Frank. And that's how he likes it. Here, I'll get him to look right at your camera. Are you ready?
Frank's the man.
You ready for this?
I am ready.
Frankie!
I got him.
Good. All right, go do your digging.
No, you showed me food.
Oh my goodness,
I know
Frank.
where it is.
Isn't he cute?
He's really
He's
cute.
my boyfriend.
He's really cute. And the coloring of dirt
And
is
you should
just,
see his pictures on Match. They're way better than ours.
oh my gosh.
You haven't been on a dating website, obviously.
No.
They're horrible. It's like a bad garage sale. You're broken and you're
Yeah, really. Free to best.
second time around.
That's so
Frank is adorable.
He is. And he knows it. I'm pretty sure he writes children's books and talks to children when nobody's around.
Yeah, could be.
All right, since he doesn't want to dig, I'm going to put him back because now I'm going to show you the Patagonian Maras. And it's important that you know about Frank in order to understand the relationship.
Okay.
You want me just to let him go under? You're
No,
gonna take him out?
Now, he's strong enough to break your finger. So you have to make sure that when you pick up an armadillo, you slide underneath this foot, because if he kicks out and pulls in and your finger's in the way, he can
Where do you put
actually-
it? Because I've never picked him up. No. Where do you put the finger? Oh, there.
You put it here, and he.
Oh.
If you do that and he grabs you, he can actually snap your finger.
Gotcha. Okay,
Wow.
so just put your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good to know.
All right. What did I do with the lock? It's inside. Got it.
That's always the best place for it.
Now let's go back to the Maras.
Okay.
Anita,
Yes, ma'am.
could you grab monkey chows? I need probably. So when she comes back, we're going to invest in a better world. We're going to have an ATM card, which is a monkey chow, and we're going to pop it right in their Versateller. What I want you to hear is their noises.
Okay.
Can you hear them? Yeah. Of course, they've got their power cleaner on right now, so we can't really hear them. But what's happening is they're part of the guinea pig family. So there's guinea pig, Mara, capybara, and these guys rely on the armadillo's tunnels. So the armadillo is a great architect. He builds an 8-foot tunnel. It pops up at the end so that if it rains, it doesn't flood. It's so great that the burrowing owls and the Maras survive because of the armadillo. So if you kill off the armadillo, you're going to kill off 2 other species unknowingly. So it's just a symbiotic relationship that we love to point out. Come on, it's too hot in the sun. We'll continue
Yeah.
on.
It's like a deep throaty sound.
Yes.
Yes,
If
okay.
you've ever heard wee, wee, wee from your guinea pig, they're called cavies because they're a part of the Cavidae family. And the secret to them is they look like deer bunnies. The reason you can't give bunny pellets to a guinea pig is because they require extra vitamin C. So if your guinea pig's not feeling good, you put vitamin C in the water, it almost fixes them every single time. They will die of a lack of vitamin C.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Here comes the goodies. Thank you. Thank you, Antonia. And we're investing in a better world. This is what I have my Boy Scouts and my Girl Scouts can do. I used to have 5 of them. We were originally going to move to Paso Robles up to another facility, so we have 3 of them up there now, but I don't think we're going to wind up in Paso Robles.
No. It's so beautiful up
We're
there.
going to wind up in up Bouquet Canyon.
Okay.
Here, we're trying to stay local.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes. All right, you just want to let her out.
Oh, okay.
One of the big things we talk about here in the country is pigs. This is a micro mini pig, Sarah Jessica Porker.
Micro mini.
Micro mini. So a real pig is 900 pounds. And Sarah is a light 150.
Oh, Sarah.
So she is micro and mini. Now, what they don't tell you is that if you put her in an apartment, good luck getting her out once she's fully grown, even though they can be potty trained in a litter box. And you have to do her nails every 16 weeks.
Oh, wow.
So I dare you.
She's high maintenance.
I dare her upside down. We just had Shark Week. Did you watch Shark Week?
No,
Okay, well,
no.
there's tonic immobility. And believe it or not, a pig goes into something similar to tonic immobility. I think she's probably just amazed that somebody flipped her upside down. And she goes quiet, and he trims her feet just like a horse, and she's done in about 3 minutes. And they will founder just like a horse.
So Dr. Roosh has the right touch.
Dr. Roosh is brilliant, yes. Hire Dr. Roosh, not down.
Yeah.
All right. So,
That's a quick toenail. I mean, that's quick.
oh, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine how fast he could trim his kids' nails. I mean, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
I want you to have a good look at her house.
Okay.
So a pig does not want to be a pig. If a pig has a choice, they are very, very clean.
Very clean.
And so this pig goes to the bathroom right here in this corner. And that's it.
Wow.
So every morning we come in, she makes it convenient for us. She puts it so the rake is right there. And then if her water gets dirty, she'll come to the front and grunt, like, hey, someone clean this up. It's a little messy over here.
Okay.
And so she keeps her house very clean.
So it's
She's
not
also-
a pigsty.
She's also best friends with our kangaroos, which I'm going to show you right now.
Ooh.
Come on, Piggy.
They're best friends?
They are. Wow. Anita, I'm going to have kangaroos and pigloos. Okay, so
Oh, we're going to go see your friends.
all the animals get to come out and run around every day.
Awesome.
I'm going to warn these guys because they're doing keep right now. Here's Dobby. Dobby's our fennec fox. And he got married. We just got a little girl donated to us. I was going to let kangaroos that play around, okay? I just wanted you to know so they don't come hopping in until we stay away.
I'm guessing the noise will scare them.
Yes, probably. We have Bella Rue, and she is a beautiful red female kangaroo, came from Texas. Texas is a state that has big game hunting, which is scary. It has so many animals that you can literally pay money to put a lion in a cage and shoot it.
Really?
And I don't agree with that at all.
That's how they do some of their hunting. Okay.
It's huge money to do it, but
Okay.
yes, you can do it. So this is Bella, and the mamas are called gray flyers. She has red highlights because she has a great hair person. This is her husband, Dennis Hopper.
Oh, Dennis.
Here you go, Dennis. That's for you. Winston the wallaby. Here, Winston. So these guys are crepuscular. They're active dawn and dusk. So this morning they were racing around. Now they're napping. They're kind of lazy all day. What I want you to notice is she almost looks masculine. You see her
Yes.
genitalia?
Yes.
That is called the cloaca. So almost all the mammals in Australia have one opening, which is very, very primitive. He has it, she has it. That makes him different than most boys. So normally his boy parts, his berries, if you will, would be, his wedding tackle would be completely opposite. His berries would be above his twig.
Wow.
So he's neutered, so you don't see it. So
Okay.
normally we have a Jack, a Jill, and a Joey. Not really a Joey, just the shortest guy in the room. And they've just noticed that the door is open because it's nap time for them. And they do not bite.
Okay.
They smell breath. And if you want to touch her, you touch her right here on the back.
Okay.
Kangaroos are the sweetest, nicest animals if the males are neutered.
And they're not thieves.
No, exactly. And it's so sad after the fires that just hit Australia.
Yes.
I mean, koalas are probably going to be extinct. So what I'm going to do...
And that's a wallaby, you said.
Yeah, so this is a Bennett's wallaby, and these are red kangaroos. Now, they
Wow.
look pretty short because they're bent over all the time. He's 6 feet tall on his tiptoes. She's 4 feet on her tiptoes.
Wow.
Now, because the pig is out, she likes to come eat all of their food. So what we're going to do is move this up because Piggy's going to come check out their house.
Okay.
Because Piggy is their friend, and she comes and visits them often. Come on, let's go, you guys.
They're like, well, I was napping, but okay.
I think they're going to come. Here he comes. You want to film this? Here he comes.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Dennis. Last man out.
Oh, Dennis Hopper, you're moving slowly.
So the only thing, their hips are fused. So they don't have the ability to walk independently. So the only thing they can't do is back up. There's no reverse.
No reverse.
Come on.
Dennis is quite large.
Yes, he is. And he's about 147 pounds. And if he were angry, he would rear up on his tail and kick with both feet. So here's Piggy. We call this when worlds collide. She's like, make way, I'm going to their food.
Oh, okay.
All right, so the rest we're just going to do nice and fast.
Okay.
So I have squirrel monkeys from the Playboy Mansion.
Okay.
Hugh Hefner was a friend of animals, and he had 60 monkeys. And whenever there's that many, somebody gets hurt. We have Luke, who has no fingers, and we have his wife, who has one eye. And so they're a married couple. They live here.
Okay.
And then we have a Bengal cat. Of course, the birds are going to scream the whole time. A Bengal kitty cat, which is part Asian jungle cat and part domesticated cat, gave his owner 60 stitches because I have 2 children. My son would give you the shirt off his back. My daughter would eat you in a plane crash. So when you breed an exotic and a domestic, what are you going to get? And then we have the sweet and talented Monzo, who's 15 years old. They live about 15 years. He's an African serval. And he comes out on walks as well. But he's our only cat.
Beautiful.
He's up 12 feet up in the air, knock a bird out of the sky.
Beautiful.
And we're so excited. We have Winky. Are
Winky.
you familiar with Harry Potter?
Yes, I'm familiar.
So Winky was the female house elf in Harry Potter because we have Dobby, who was the male house elf.
Okay.
Dobby and Winky. And she is currently in quarantine. They spend 1 month in quarantine before they're allowed to live together. And she was, once again, somebody bought her as a pet and then decided they didn't want to keep her. So we're super excited because fennec foxes should live in big families. And so Dobby is going to have a wife. Now, he had to be neutered for that. And that's actually not a bad thing. When we neutered him, Dr. Roosh, we found that one of his testicles was compromised. He was either injured or it was precancerous. So getting married might have saved his life. How about that?
Their ears are so cute.
They can hear a watch tick from 50 feet away.
I bet.
We eat at the table, which is like meeting at a restaurant.
Okay.
And over here, so we have a whole family situation. This is Squirt. Come on over here, Squirt. And Squirt is 25 years old, and she's the mama. And I'm her mother. And she has adopted Macy, who is not genetically her child. And I am Macy's grandma.
Okay.
So it works just like our family situations. I don't mean to be anthropomorphic, but it's pretty anthropomorphic.
Okay.
And monkeys want families. They want that strong bond. So Squirt, when I'm here, kind of lets me be the boss. And then when I leave, she's the boss of everybody. Once again, what you do is you lip smack. That's love. And that will tell the monkeys that you have no ill will towards them. And you'll see these nice, sweet monkeys.
Oh, they are so sweet.
All right, so this is every day we come in here, we clean. This house is waiting for the power washer. So this is going to be clean, and then the shelves will be power washed, and by tonight you won't even know that this cage was clean. It's going to have poop everywhere, and it's going to be disgusting.
Right.
This is what your house would look like if you had a monkey as a pet. Oh, and then we have the two special ladies. So these two young ladies spent 14 years in a cage and never got out. When we got them, they were so skinny, their heads looked like peanuts. Now we have a nice, cute little Buddha belly. And so what you want to do, Tracy, is lip smack her. Just like that. Great. Good. You just told her, so what she's saying is nice things to you. Look how she... So do it again. Do it a little... Oh, she was, oh, are you nice? So when you come to a monkey's house, they don't know if you're nice or you're mean. And so that's why she was testing you, and you were saying very nice, and she just said nice things back to you. Did you see that? You're having a conversation right now.
But I won't show her my teeth.
Hey, Mike, how are you? I'm good. I'm doing a newspaper article right now. It's made of keratin, and they have different purposes. So this is the part that goes on the skin. Feel how sharp that is. So they have a fat pad that protects their organs. Now what's interesting is Mama had a baby, and we had to have him neutered because we can't have mama and baby breeding. And as the vet was palpating his stomach, he's hung like a field mouse, by the way, there's no fat pad under your skin. And so as they were doing this, trying to find his stuff, it tore his skin wide open. So surgery had to stop, and we had to do a little research.
Yeah.
So these guys would fight lions. So the really, really good ones are these. This is the lion stay back quill.
Wow.
And this is a feeler quill. So they're hidden amongst each other like this on purpose. So the lion comes in and gets a little pushy. This one's a little bendy, but this one has dirt on it and bacteria. Hard to get a doctor on the savannah. So they really don't mess with these guys. Now, Mama is a little bit bigger, and normally they are underground.
Oh my goodness.
So we train them to get their nails done. So this is called husbandry. And so what we do is someone sits here and feeds them, and then somebody comes and trims their nails. And that's why they've come to their little marks right here to get a treat, and that's why I had treats on me, so that it's always reinforcing and there's no force involved in getting it done.
Right.
Then this beautiful young lady, it's called a marble phase red fox. This is Shaira. Let's see if she can come down here for me. Come on, Shay. So pet trade. 38 states, you can have a fox as a pet. This fox was in Utah in an animal shelter, so we flew there and got her. And so we're not buying animals. These are animals that need us.
Right.
And foxes literally are one of the most amazing animals. They live everywhere except for Antarctica, even the Arctic Circle. They triangulate, so they use their ears, their eyes, their nose to hunt. And they have found that if they're facing northeast, they catch food about 75% of the time. Any other direction doesn't catch near as well.
Wow.
So when people get mad that you have a fox in your backyard and you want to trap it and kill it, I mean, this is one of Mother Nature's finest engineered animals.
I would never want to do that. Look how
Now, do you
sweet
smell
she
the
is.
skunk right now?
I do smell a little bit of something.
That is fox. So if you walk out your front door and you lightly smell skunk, you have a family of foxes in your yard. It's their urine.
Wow.
If it's a very strong skunky smell, you have real skunks.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, we have the trash pandas.
Oh my,
Skunks and raccoons.
oh my goodness.
These are the guys that are the biggest rabies vectors in California. Bats, raccoons, and skunks. All right, I would rather fight a bear than a raccoon. These guys will take you out.
Yes, sharp nails, correct? Claws?
Just the desire to kill you.
Okay.
They would rather die than say uncle. They
Okay.
just don't say uncle. So the way they work, she's worked it because of the pig. You see the pig?
Oh.
Piggy came over. So these guys go through our trash. They're all over agua dulce. They can feel an earthworm 3 inches underground. And once again, this animal, if you see it out during the day, it's either mama trying to feed the babies or it is an animal with possible rabies or distemper.
Okay.
Don't ever mess with a raccoon. They can carry something called raccoon roundworm. The way this was found out, in New York, the raccoons poop and pee in the sandboxes in the kids' schools. Kids play in the sandbox, ova gets under the nails. You can literally soak this ova in bleach for 72 hours and it still lives. It's like alien technology. Kids would eat lunch, suck on their fingers, ova gets into the body, worm winds up in the brain. So literally, this is not an animal that you should invite to your house.
Oh no.
Now we have them because Mama here was born in the walls of a house. Coming out of the house as a youngster, she broke her metatarsals or her toes and dislocated her foot, and she walked on it that way for 1 month. They thought it would pop back. We had a vet pop it back in, and it was a miracle, and it stayed. So, and then her boyfriend showed up not long after because he was imprinted on people. He had been raised by somebody, and he wouldn't be released. He kept coming back to people, and eventually they'll be euthanized because they think they have rabies.
Yeah.
So that's how we wound up with 2 raccoons. Did you have fun?
I did. I really did.
So we used to have.
I learned so much, and I mean, a lot of it is common sense, and you would hope people would have common sense,
Yeah.
but it's good that you reinforce that.
Well, it's sad. We love agua dulce. We love action. We love this whole community. This
Yes.
community has always loved us.
Yes.
And it's really, really sad.
It is sad.
I know all the kids here. They've grown up with my kids. And
Yes.
to think that we have to leave is just so
It is
disheartening.
sad, and this is such a beautiful facility. Again, it's so clean and just
I
it's a
can't
nice
get
atmosphere. The animals are so sweet. They're happy.
You're
They're
the-
happy.
You are the first person from Acton Agua Dulce or Catherine Barger's office that I have invited to come out that has come out.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't get anybody to care.
I think this is so important.
I'm going to run to the feed store. Okay. Thanks, Allison.
I just remember you going to Meadowlark School and to Agua Dulce School with the animals and all the birthday parties
let's stand in the shade.
all
We
the
have
teaching that
advanced
you do.
so far, because let me tell you, I now have an army of people who can do what I do. When I started this, I was it, and I was a one-man team. And I now have this many people showing up every day who could do this without me here. So my job is done. I have passed the torch. I'm an old lady. I'm going to do this till I'm 60. I'm 51, and then I'm going to go travel the world with Jason Momoa. Just so you know, those are my travel plans.
Okay then.
Good plans. But I got to get my ducks in a row, and so I'm going to pass the torch.
Good.
And we need to do that to our next generation, too.
Yeah, it's important. It really is. Thank you for everything you do, Stacy.
Come on, let's go wash our hands.
Oh, yeah.
I really wish you the best of luck. You guys do an amazing thing here.
Thank you.
And you have for many years. How many years has it been again?
Well, we bought this place in 01, and
Right.
we started Animal Tracks in 08, and we really suffered and struggled. We made $2,000 in 2008.
Oh dear.
We just started to do well in 2015, and then we did really good in 2017 to current day until COVID hit. So we were just getting our groove on. People were just starting to hear about us, and then boom. And so when I called the county, I was like, okay, what do I need to do? Let's get it done.
Of course.
And when they told me what I had to do, I mean, if I give you all that money, I can't feed my animals and can't have employees, and the neighbor says no, what do I do?
Yeah. Okay, so we're about to leave Animal Tracks here, and just Stacy, your thoughts before I leave? Just anything you want to say?
I want to say thank you to you and to the community, to Acton Agua Dulce. We love this place. We want to stay. We're trying really hard. We're invested, and I hope you learned something, had fun, and I invite anybody interested to come out here and come see what we do.
Okay, thank you so much, and good luck to you.
Thank you.